a Kush track.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Sheep Family and Autism. My name is Nicole. If you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, be down with the gang. So I'm trying to do this video real quick before we have to go with the boys, basically. It's like a story time. Yeah, I know we don't do story times on this channel just because it's really not like my personal channel, nothing like that. So yeah. But since this incident happened when I was like on live, was scheduled to go live, I was live. I know some of you guys wanted like to know the backstory, what actually happened and stuff like that. So this is why I'm doing this video, story time of when I guess my sister stabbed me in the back, which has been quite, you know, it's nothing really just new about it. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna title it. I don't know. I know I'm gonna title it story time something, stay home mom, something like that. So if you're interested in watching this story time, if you didn't catch the live but you're still interested in watching the story time, because I think everybody loves story times, I'm gonna tell y'all about the time that me and my dad's daughter got into it, sperm donor daughter had got into it or whatever on Facebook. I want to say this in the beginning of the video. I'm not friends with my daddy's daughter on Facebook. Like, when you don't like nothing that I post, or yeah, you pretty much don't like nothing that I post, but yeah, everything that I sit here and say on Facebook, or certain things that I say on Facebook, get back to my grandma, my daddy, and them. Like, to me, you're just page watching, and I don't want you on my page, because why are you watching my page? So keep that in mind. I'm not friends with her, and I'm not friends with her sister. Also keep in mind, her sister, I really never had a problem with her sister because I really don't know her sister to have a problem with her sister. And it's been stuff that my sister said in the past about her sister on her mom's side that I kind of just like brush off, because I know sisters get into it. So I never really been the type that's gonna sit here and jump in nobody else beef with their sister, you know what I'm saying? Because sisters have a way where, especially ones that live with each other, mind you, I'm the only child. I'm my mom's only child. I do have a sister that live in a different state by my mom, but my mom gave her up for adoption, so I really don't know her. So I grew up being the only child. So yeah, but I know sisters that live with each other, they get into it just like family get into it, just like husband and wives get into it. They beat each other throats and then they be right back cool. So I never, like, whatever she have said about her sister, like, and she have said a lot. So this is just funny to me how this even went about. So I'm gonna just read y'all the Facebook post that y'all will know how this incident even happened. Okay, so I had wanted to come and be like, thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. Thank you to everybody that has shared out my channel on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you have done. Thank you, and thank you to my audience that keeps coming back, watching all your videos and leaving a like or whatever. Appreciate you guys. I don't feel like I say thank you enough, or I be attending to, but I forget. So yeah, I want to come on here and just be like, thank you for all y'all support. So yeah, also this is gonna be like a longer video. Like I said, for the people that wanted to know what actually happened in the details, something that I was gonna do on a live, because if I'm gonna sit here and talk about some drama, I'm gonna sit here and put these ads in here. Let's put on Facebook May the 24th, what is this? May the 22nd. And I'm just gonna show y'all that, like, this is what it is. That's how long it was. So I'm gonna read y'all the post, and then I'm gonna get into a little backstory why I even made the post. I was like, it's funny how my grandmother makes a difference. No, it's funny how grandparents makes a difference between grandchildren, but blame you for them making a, for them not being, you know, certain stuff. I'm not asking nobody to build a relationship with their own blood, which I'm not. That should be common sense. That go for my grandma, wherever she stay at, and J mama and sister. I speak, but that's about it. Talking about I'm funny acting, I'm just not going to be fake. My grandma, off wherever she stayed, always made a difference between me and her other two grandkids, which she had. Also to that, to BB, female dog, that's what I said. I never been jealous of a 304. If y'all don't know what that means, y'all too young to be on this page. Also, this video might be longer, but I don't know, but it might be longer, so if you don't want to watch it, click off. I said jealous of a 304 that catfish smell like fish. That's number one. I said you mad a MF speaks facts about your sorry grandmother, which BB is abbreviation for my sister's name or whatever. Yeah, so I really didn't just sit here and come at you, but you mad because somebody speaks facts about your grandma making a difference, which she always have been mad when I sit here and say that. But it's apparent because Jaxon and Julian, she don't even know who they are. She don't know their name. I think she have watched Julian once when I went somewhere. I had to go somewhere out of his whole life, and Julian's gonna be 4 in about 4 more months. So I was like, but half what I didn't put in there is like half the stuff that she said that my grandma said about me, because a lot of stuff my sister on my dad's side would sit here and be like, oh well, grandma said this or grandma said that, and they said this and they said that or whatever, but they never say it to me in my face. And my grandma over there on my daddy's side is not like a person that's trying to keep the peace. Like, she's slick messy, so whatever you have to say about somebody, I just would assume that you would say it to their face. I don't know what all my grandma actually did say about me and what she didn't say, and how much of it was my sister just saying it, but saying that, you know, my grandma said to keep us, you know, into it, or keeping me feeling like, you know, you're making a difference. I don't know. I really don't care. But I said that was her hating A, and then I was like, but at the end of the day, she don't even know my youngest 2 kids' names. I said, but yet have time to come pick up your son, and I said my little cousin name, kids, looks like a difference to me. So basically I was saying, she don't even, my sister more than likely made up the stuff that she was saying and my grandma was saying, more than likely, or she made up some of it and added stuff and subtracted stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. So I was just like, you're mad that someone's speaking facts about my grandma being sorry, which she is, because anybody that makes a difference is sorry. Like, that's a sorry grandparent that don't even know your own, all of your grandkids' names, and we all live in the state of Arkansas. That's just sorry to me. But my little sister on my daddy's side have always had an issue with me being like, she's making a difference and she's sorry, and it's funny how you such a fan, you don't like me so much, but yet you want to know all my business. My little sister used to get mad when I said stuff like that, but more than likely you was mad because it was something that you said or something that you did, and when I said that, you got in your feelings because you said it. And I just want to go ahead and say that certain people, a lot of people have always been like, dude, I just think your sister is jealous of you. Like, that's all it is. Like, there's no other explanation of why this and why that, this and that, whoop, this, whoop, that. So let me go on with the finish reading the stat, because I don't, like I said, I don't want this to be too long. I said, I remember a MF asking why I had kids. Ooh. I made it go back, y'all. Hold on. I remember at MF speaking about my grandmother on my daddy's side, asked me why I had kids with a white person. Like that's a reason. Like that's a reason you make a difference. But no, MF, don't F with me or my kids. So basically saying you don't mess with me or my kids just because you don't like me. So you don't mess with my kids. I remember, and then this was talking about J Mama, and I was just like, I remember J Mama talking about my dead mother, who she's never met, who she's never spoke to, who she's never seen in real life. I said I stopped effing with her snake then. Like that's when I stopped talking to J Mama. That's when I stopped messing with her mama, his mama. I speak and keep going. And that's a whole nother story, but a quick backstory with that. Jay was talking to his mom on speakerphone, and he didn't know that, like I guess his mama didn't know that I was gonna be there, but she kept, I guess she didn't know that she was on speakerphone because she kept saying in the call, you know, and I don't have no problem with telling her to her face, this, that, and the third, we'll do this, we'll do that. I just feel like whatever issue you have with me, for whatever reason why you don't like me or whatever, let that be that. My mama is dead, she don't have nothing to do with that. You never even met her. So I was talking about that. I said I guess that's why they treat a rape baby better than they treat Julian and Jaxon. I don't know. I said I remember J Mom telling Julian to get I remember J Mom telling Julian, who has autism, to stop playing with a rape baby toy. And she was too big for it anyway. Like I remember Jay's sister being mad about a post I made, so she jumped in a family group chat calling me all kinds of female dogs, but never would say it to my face. Funny how you're that mad about a post that I'm speaking facts about. Your mom that's still alive. Imagine how I feel about mine that's dead, basically. I said a MF talking about my dead mother. Then I was like, maybe now that Jay's grandmother passed or whatever, you will understand how they feel. I said, but that's law. I was like, you understand how somebody feel, but I'm not, you know, a 3 or 4 like that that's gonna speak on the dead or whatever. I said, but I always defend my mother, dead or alive, basically. So if y'all hearing there, the only thing that I said about my sister on my daddy's side was, you around here, basically you up here talking about somebody jealous of you because somebody's speaking facts about their grandmother. That's what I said. That was enough for you to sit here and be on my post, on that post, but then like I said that one thing, basically said that you smell like fish, and that you talking about I'm jealous of you, and what else did I say? You mad because I'm talking about your grandmother that shows a favoritism towards you. Like every time I sit here and be like, dude, that's messed up or whatever, that's messed up, she used to sit here and be like under her breath, like, my grandma had to watch her bad kids and all that up under her breath and stuff like that. Like, my kids are not bad, and even if they was, when have I not gave her permission to discipline them? I'm not the type of person that feel like, oh, well, you can watch them, or I want you to babysit them or whatever, but you can't whoop them, this, that, and the third. Like, I have never been that type of mother or that type of person, because again, this is still my grandmother. So I would think if you're disciplining them, they did something to get disciplined. So it's not like I said something like that. All kids that's like little misbehaved, that's a part of them growing up. They have to be trained to act like they have some type of sense. Like, that's called parenting. So she used to say stuff like that. But my issue is, my thing is, why are you going around the city, around the world to sit here and be like, oh, well, my sister is jealous of me, cause she sit here and say that she jealous of me, and what else was it? I'm jealous of her and I'm slow. So that's why she even got brought up into that whole little post, because I don't know why you around town talking about some I'm jealous of you and I'm slow and this, that, and the third, when I have done nothing to this person. Like, nothing. Like, the far as I look at, like, this is the same person that I have sat here and gave money to, bought food for, took out to eat, gave rides to. Like, what am I jealous about you of? Like, y'all, please tell me what I have to be jealous of this person of. The only thing that she's doing in her life is she's reserve Air Force, and you know the Air Force is paying for her to go to school. Like, you have a whole baby out here and you are sleeping with his dad, which is married to a whole nother person. So like, all you really are is a homewrecker. So I want to know what am I jealous about? Like, you being born, like the fact that I can sit here and hold my grandmother attached to the fact that you sit here make a difference. How does that like compute to the fact that I'm jealous of you? Like, give me some examples of how I'm supposed to be jealous of you. Make it make sense. And a lot of people used to sit here and be like, cause like this is the same sister that I have sat here and invited to my house. Like, you never would come, even when she stayed like 10 minutes away from me. So like, I never understood that. Cause at the point I'm thinking, I'm not thinking that she's jealous of me, even though, you know, Jay and other people I have met, like even people before Jay, even people in the past have been like, dude, your sister, like, I mean, you might be loyal to her, but she definitely not loyal to you. Your sister don't like you. Your sister, she jealous of you. You need to watch out for her. People have told me that like throughout my whole life, but I never like. Matter of fact, I have two cousins that people have like put them against each other, saying that this sister said that, that sister said that, and they be into it. So I never was into it like with her like that. Like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be jealous of. The fact of what? Like, the fact that you, like, of what? Like, cause to me, for me to sit here and be jealous of you in my grown age, cause I'm in my early 30s, like, give me something to be jealous of. Like, what have you accomplished? Like, this person have not accomplished nothing but being reserved, going to the Air Force, and going to school. I don't even know she have a degree. Like, I don't even talk to her to, what do I have to be jealous of? Like, I would have to be around you and see your lifestyle to be jealous. But no, because she's not around me and don't know my lifestyle, but still jealous. Like, everybody have always said that she's jealous of you. But back to the little house thing. She had never come over my house or whatever because I had wanted her to come and spend time with my sister. Or bring my nephew over so he could play with his first cousins so they can know each other. And like, Crystal, my nephew, played real well. She used to be like, oh, but he don't like kids, and he don't like to be around people, and this, that, and the third. And it sounded stupid. It never really made sense to me. Oh, why wouldn't you want your child to know his first cousins? Like, who don't like their first cousins? Like, make it make sense. So like, everybody just would be like, dude, if you notice that a person, you know, if you notice a person only come around you when you're doing bad, or this, that, and the third, to make themselves feel better, or they always got something to say, or it's just certain stuff that she did and the way that she moved, people will be like, dude, your sister's jealous of you, or like, she said this because she this and she that. Like, you might not see it because you're not that type of person, but that's really what it is. Like, dude, miserable and jealous. I don't know what I'm supposed to be about my sister. Why I'm supposed to be jealous of you? You calling me slow? Where's your proof at? And like, y'all, like, with the whole, I guess, what I was talking about. So with the whole Facebook post or whatever, when I posted that or whatever, I said that sentence or whatever, and like, she do stink. Like, everybody that I do know or knows this person knows that she has an odor that smell weird, that's stanky. I can't even explain the scent or whatever, and that's just facts. So you mad about the fact that you stink? So her sister got on my post. Mind you, now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not friends with her sister on Facebook. I'm not even friends with my sister on Facebook. The last time I had spoke to my sister was in December, which was Jaxon party, and before that was October, which is Julian party. Like, that's all she would do, is sit here and come to that parties. Like, we don't hang out, we don't kick it, we don't none of that. And I invite them because that's still their cousin. Like, and I invited her sister to come too, so there could be more kids there, because I'm basically paying for these kids whether they show up or not. So that's why I will invite her and her sister to the party. Like, somebody that I'm jealous of, have a problem with, why would I sit here and invite you to a party? So her sister jumped on the status and was like, you stupid such and such, you are jealous of my sister, and blah 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 this, blah 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 that. where's like most people that's jealous, you could kind of give an example. Like, I'm jealous of somebody that I don't call, I don't text, I don't have her phone number, I'm not even Facebook friends with her. So I don't even know what you're doing in your day-to-day life to be jealous of you. Like, that just doesn't even make no sense. So she's like, well, you are jealous of her, this, that, and the third, and you had her number, you could call her, you slow, you stupid, blah, 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 this. Mind you now, I don't know her sister like that. I don't know her, I don't talk to her, I can care less about her. Because you're not, the last thing that I have seen or heard about my sister's sister was the fact of she's supposed to open up a daycare, which I never seen a daycare open up. I invited you to a party, so clearly I don't have no problem with you. So you got a lot of animosity for somebody that you don't know, which is weird to me. Like, it just doesn't make sense, because like I said earlier, even when my sister had beef with her sister, I don't get into that because I know sisters get into it. So why are you on my page, watching my page so much that you know that I even spoke about this girl? And mind you, I didn't use her real name. So how do you even know that I'm talking about her, and why you're offended, why she's not on the post? So she up here doing this and making all this rah-rah sound and rah-rah this, rah-rah that. You want to be on my thing telling me that I'm jealous of somebody that does what? Like for me to be jealous of you, I would have to be jealous of you because you were born, and like I would be jealous of you your whole life, and I would not help you do anything. That's what jealous people do. They just sit here and gossip and talk about you and all the stuff that my sister does. So I don't understand how I'm jealous of this person, but yeah, make it make sense. I don't even say, like, this is what I be doing in my free time, is YouTube, worrying about my kids. I have a whole custody case going on. Like, this whole the first thing on my mind. If I didn't like you, I'm the type of person, if I don't like you, I'm not gonna invite you to nothing. I'm not gonna, hence why Jay's sister was not at none of my kids' birthday party. I'm not even gonna invite you to my kids' birthday party if I didn't like you or if I had an issue with you. And that's what type of person I am, and I have always been that. So she got on my thing talking all this raw stuff. Mind you now, my sister ain't never said nothing at all. So she said that, and I politely made a status about her and tagged her in it, because I don't sit here and argue with people and want to go back and forth with people and call out people, and then when they telling too much of my business, or when I'm in my feelings, or when I'm mad and when I'm pressed, I want to block you. Because if I sit here and say something to you or about you, I'm at you and let you want to defend yourself and stuff like this, right? So your sister came on here and said, well, you are jealous of my sister, who do this, who do that. Mind you now, my sister never did come out and be like, I didn't say that. I never said that you was jealous of me, and I never said that you were slow. I never said that. They would have did it the whole situation. So to me, since you did not sit here and do that, you said it. So since her sister wanted to come on here, mind you now, this idiot thinks this whole post was about her. It was only like one sentence in here about her, but that's how slow you are. But people like to talk about my IQ and how slow I'm supposed to be. I make it make sense. So I made another status the next day or whatever when I felt like it, because I posted it early in the morning so you can see it the first thing bright and early when you wake up. I'm petty like that. I want you to see it as soon as you wake up, since you want to be out on my post, because we're not even friends. So why are you even on my post? You can see what I said, you can defend yourself, but this doesn't even have nothing to do with you. So since you want to sit here and be in my business and on my post, let me go ahead and bring you in here. Let me go ahead and give you a stage and a platform. So I say, funny how the same 304s say I'm jealous, say I'm trying to, I didn't put a what you call in there. So I'll show you, the same people that say I'm jealous, I'm trying to see what I'm supposed to be jealous of, basically. Neither one of you 304s can get a man. Meanwhile, I'm married, so I'm jealous of y'all, but yet her sister, for one, my sister sitting here sleeping with a married man, which is her baby daddy, and her sister, the one that commented on my post, baby daddy had a baby on her while they were together. So what am I jealous of, sweetheart? I said you 304s and they talking about my white baby daddy took care of me and how my husband do too. So like, this is stuff that people sit here and say in the comments because we had got into it or whatever in the comments, per usual, which it didn't have nothing to do with what I was talking about. But since you want to make it about you, then go ahead, because like my post is still up. Like I'm not taking nothing down. So when I say that, their main thing was, well, you don't work and you're not in school and you're not doing this and you're not doing that. How would you know? Just because I don't come on Facebook and say it. Like I have, like I said earlier, I have gotten older and I have got to the point where I don't post my every move. You will never know what I'm doing because unless you're in my circle and in my household or somebody I talk to. And mind you, I talk to my husband, I talk to my uncle, and I talk to a cousin and all. So other than that, if you're not one of them 3 people as far as adults and around me every day, you wouldn't know what I'm doing. So what? But anyway, my husband do pays the bills here. He's a man of the household. And when I sit here and say my white baby daddy, that was Carter and Crystal dad. Carter and Crystal dad, I think we split the bills. Yeah, I think we split up the bills. But as far as any money that was given, well, we supposed to split the bills at first, but we didn't. What my baby daddy used to do is give me his whole check. And like, long as he had enough money out his check to buy weed, he didn't care about his check, he didn't care about his money. Now as the household was taken care of and he had enough money to buy him weed to make it to the next paycheck, he was good, he was straight. I had to sit here and like budget in to make sure he had gas in his car and stuff like that. So these were the same people, my sister, my little cousin, and my grandma, like, well, stop giving Deidre your money and this, that, and the thing. Like, stop it. Like, y'all have always been jealous of me. So make it make sense of how I'm jealous of you. And that's probably why y'all sit here and show favoritisms. So yeah, but they have a problem with that, like, I guess. And I said, meanwhile, my nephew daddy, that's not what I said, but just not to say his name. My nephew dad is sitting up with his wife in a whole relationship. And my sister basically being a side B. And then I sat here and said to my sister, didn't your baby daddy have a whole baby on you? Seems like you should be more worried about that than sitting here talking about me on my post. Mad about how I don't work but I stay at home a mom with money. Like, you don't know what we're doing over here. You don't know whether we have money or not, because they were saying and talk about somehow we're broke, we're this, we're that. I'm broke, this, that, and the third. Sweetheart, y'all have to go to work. I don't have to go to work. Only time that I would sit here and go to work if I'm bored at the house and want to go to work. Like, it's a difference between having to go to work and wanting to go to work. So I don't understand how we don't have money when everything is getting paid, nothing's getting turned off, nothing's getting repossessed. Like, nothing negative is happening. So I guess y'all. And I was like, talking about my sister. Now mind you, when I sat here and said, didn't your baby daddy have a baby on you? That was the only thing that I was sitting here talking about with her sister. Like, go worry about your baby daddy that's making babies on you while y'all supposed to be in a relationship. Go do that instead of being on my post. She commented back on this post, said some long drawn out stuff, talking about some job application and you're miserable, you're bitter, you this, you're that. But mind you, y'all, you came on my post. We're not even friends, so it's not like it came down your timeline and you seen it. We're not even friends. You came on my post, but yeah, I'm the messy, bitter, miserable one, this, that, and the third. Y'all talking about me. Y'all calling me jealous and y'all calling me slow. Like, I'm not sitting here talking about y'all. And like, what irritated me about the situation the most, for me to even sit here and put anything about my sister in post, because I really do not sit here and talk about this little girl. Like, I don't talk about this little girl, I don't call this little girl, I don't speak to this little girl, I don't do videos with her. Like, when you sit here and make it a point to not bring my nephew around, not let him come around, like, what do we have to talk about? So I don't, that's the last of my mind. Like, the only time you come in mind play was the kids' party. And before that, I had asked my sister, and I'm just taking a break from this message. I had post I post. Before that, I had asked her what did my nephew want for Christmas, because it's been so many Christmas that I could just barely get my kids something for Christmas. So I never really just had extra money to get my nephew something, but this year I had extra money. So I asked her, she didn't reply back, so I asked my grandma, hey, what is my nephew's into? Because mind you now, my grandma always had the little boy, so she would know what type of toys and what type of stuff that he's into. I was like, and my sister responding to me for whatever reason, I don't care, but I'm just trying to get my nephew something because he's a child, he has done nothing to me. Why wouldn't I give my nephew something? Like, make it make sense. So to find out that the little girl was like, well, he into this, but you could just give me $20 or whatever, this, that, and the third, and I'll let him go pick out his toy himself. That's not how Christmas works with her. So she was like, and I get all 4 of your kids something, and I've been going to work, and I've been going to school, and blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And I was like, well, I didn't ask what he was into so that you could buy my kids something. I asked what he was into because obviously I have extra money to buy him something for Christmas. Like, cause it's messed up for a kid to grow up and not get nothing from their aunt, because none of that, on top of them not seeing them. So that was all it was. It was not such she could go out and buy my kids this and buy my kids that. Okay, y'all, so clearly this is gonna be a longer video, but I'm gonna say it in the beginning. But it was not such she could go out and buy my kids anything. It was simply because I had extra money. That's my nephew. I would not get my nephew something for Christmas. I would get Jay nephew something for Christmas. Like, it's Christmas. So yeah, all that happened.